Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Software Engineer K here, and it has been a while. So you guys know was away. I was in Japan last month. I've been doing some other stuff, but I am back at it again. I will be doing more consistent uploads. Now, with regards to the first video I think I've done this year, it is a very big one. It was so big I could not ignore it because it is something I've been talking about for a while now. So as we know, there are a lot of regulatory changes happening. We know that with crypto, the SEC has been coming on quite hard with security tokens or sales of unregistered securities. So I won't go too much into that topic specifically, but it is not good for a project when you have any kind of securities related legal action. Now, Dapper Labs, NBA Topshots, they have recently come under fire for the sale of an unregistered security. Now, what impact would that have on the wider digital collectible space? How would that impact VeVe specifically? What parallels are there with VeVe? Well, let's just have a look and see what we can find out. So, as we know, recently this lawsuit it has been covered. Cointelegraph is a class action. So Dapper Labs NBA Top Shot moments may qualify as a security, says U.S. judge. So the ruling came as federal judge Victor Moreo denied a motion from Dapper Labs CEO Roem to dismiss a class action lawsuit claiming its NBA Top Shot NFTs are securities. So firstly, what we need to establish is they are not currently, classified as securities. It is alleged that they are securities. They may potentially be securities, but we do not know. There has not been a ruling yet. But if we just have a look at this quote, right? Ultimately, the court's conclusion that what Dapper Labs offered was an investment contract under the Howey test is narrow. Not all NFTs offered or sold by any company will constitute security, and each scheme must be assessed on a case-by-case basis. So what essentially happened is this class suit action, class action lawsuit, class action lawsuit alleged that the Dapper Labs NBA Top Shot NFTs are a security. This, from Dapper Labs' perspective, was nonsense. They tried to dismiss it, but the judge did believe there is some case there, so they could not dismiss it. So it is going through to discovery now. They're going to kind of bring forward more evidence, more supporting evidence, and if it has to go to court, then it will go to court and end up similar to the very long ongoing, coming up to the 3-year anniversary Ripple lawsuit. And these things, as you guys know, can drag on for a very long time. Now, how does that impact other digital collectible platforms? Well, one of the main ones that we know of is VeVe. So VeVe Digital Collectibles, as we know, they have the classic Todd Batman, as you guys can see, but they work with a lot of various different licensors: Marvel, Disney, DC, most recently Lamborghini. They recently did a drop. So the VeVe platform, could the NFTs on there be classified as potentially securities? Well, what's been stated in this case is there are indeed some parallels. So one of the main points is, if we have a look here, so another article by Reuters, it states that U.S. District Judge Victor Moreo in Manhattan rejected Dapper Labs' bid to dismiss it. So the lawsuit said Dapper Labs should have registered the NFT as securities because their value was tied to the success of Dapper's blockchain. It's also said Dapper reaped hundreds of millions of dollars by preventing purchasers from cashing out for months on end. Sound familiar? Well, there are several cases here. There was also the case that with Dapper Labs specifically, they were posting their sales figures, the number of units purchased, with rocket ship emojis, things like that. They're saying that this is implying that there is profit to be made. You can't be stating that. Now, as far as other platforms go, I have seen other platforms talking about their sales figures. Again, that would be a case-by-case thing. However, what we have also seen is VeVe, they don't typically talk too much about, the gains made from the purchases of their NFTs. They kind of go after this narrative that it is not a investment platform, it is for collecting, it is a collector's app. And I believe that is mostly to protect them from any kind of legal scrutiny because they know what can happen, as you can now see with Dapper Labs. However, the point that does really stick is two things here: the success of the NFTs being tied to Dapper's blockchain, and two, the preventing users from cashing out, allowing the market to inflate. So VeVe doesn't have their own platform. They are on Immutable X, which is an L2 on Ethereum. So Ethereum is pretty decentralized. I think we can all agree on that. However, the success of these NFTs is certainly tied to the VeVe platform as of right now. They are not interoperable. You cannot remove them from VeVe. On top of that, we'd certainly be lying if we said that the Master Collector program, for example, will not and has not had a positive impact on the NFTs. And then you kind of go into the realm of, airdrops and utility, things like that. All of these things, kind of a grey area. Will VeVe continue with that? Will they have to stop it? We don't know yet, because again, it is a grey area. But just because I know VeVe likes to operate carefully, there are certain aspects I think we can probably speculate that maybe might take longer to come or may not come. For example, renting of collectibles. We know that the SEC, for example, they're kind of iffy on people earning any form of revenue or dividends. Again, this would depend, because it's not money coming from VeVe, it's coming from another user. Is having the NFT facilitate that? Perfectly fine. Again, still a great area. But the point where they prevented users from cashing out, I think that one definitely, that one probably is the strongest case. Now, VeVe could obviously argue that they tried to allow users to cash out. The initial system of cashing out was with the OMI token, which I believe is going to be coming back as well. But obviously they needed time to get the MTL to implement Wire, or select a payout provider first and then implement them, which in this case was Wire. And they had to take payout out for a while, because Wire technically went bankrupt for a little while, and then they got resurrected. So there are many cases here to discuss, strong points all around. But like I said, NFTs, are they securities? It has to be a case-by-case basis. The ones that we certainly know are going to be securities are the ones which are backed by physical assets, which can be classified as securities. So for example, NFT tokens which back property, NFT tokens which are basically tokenized equities in a company, all of those kind of things, like 100% those are security tokens, security NFTs. But are digital collectibles the same thing? As far as we know, in real life, physical trading cards, physical figures, things like that, those are not classified as securities. This is essentially a digital version. So should they be classified as securities? Depends again how they are used. And as far as I know, the Howey test, it was not created during the time of NFTs. It's very difficult to apply that. So I think, yes, we do need to kind of look at a new framework. Hopefully the US, I know that the SEC is kind of looking to refine the framework for classified securities, but it is definitely something to keep your eyes peeled for, see what happens in this space overall. Very interesting stuff. I personally am going to continue watching what happens with this NBA Topshots lawsuit, because that is going to have an impact on other NFT collectible platforms, Hero, VeVe, McFarlane, etc. Now, what I also want to touch on lastly is the price of OMI. So I haven't touched on this a while, but what I would like to show you guys is I put these blue arrows here before this chart kind of filled in, as my prediction that we were going to touch this 001 range, pull back to 0009, have a continuation to the upside to 0012, and that is exactly what happened. Well, actually, our pullback was actually deeper than I thought. Instead of going to 0009, we went to 0008, and that was mainly because I was looking at the charts. I could at this point of where we had this bullish divergence, and also bouncing off what I call like the holy resistance for OMI right now. So this trend line, say a holy trend line, we've touched this multiple times, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times now. So this trend line tends to hold quite well, it's respected. But what we did see is we pulled back a bit further to the point 0008, and we had a continuation to the upside. We wicked up above to 012 resistance twice, and what I would like to see now is for us to kind of hang around this 001 range, 0011, build up some good support here, and then push through up to this kind of range here, So this 001314 area, and then if you can hold there, then push up to the 002. Last time we wicked up to 002, just barely under, and that was off of the OUP video announcement. Now we do have an upcoming AMA with David Yu, CEO of OMI, and Binance. If they mention the token in there, anything to do with token listings, then then we're definitely going to blast through this 002 range. I do believe they may kind of touch on the token, but I'm not sure. I don't feel like that's the right medium to announce a token listing, especially with Binance. I think that would have to be like a big kind of PR thing that they do together. But it would be pretty bullish if they mentioned the token on that AMA, so we just have to wait and see what comes of that. But for now, yeah, like I said, I was accumulating OMI in those 000 ranges, and next time I believe if we do pull back, it'll probably be a bounce of this yellow trend line again. So that's kind of that 000992 range, possibly. But that's if we come all the way down. We might wick a little bit below to kind of 0088, but I think that will just be a wick down. I don't think we'll have a full candle close below there. So yeah, a lot of cool stuff happening, a lot of exciting stuff. I am personally looking forward to seeing what comes up next month, because the VeVe verse is supposed to be coming for next quarter, and I would definitely like to try that out. But yeah, as always guys, thanks so much for watching. Please do like and subscribe to support the content, and as I said, I'll aim to do these videos again regularly, ideally 3 to 4 times a week, but again pending schedule. So yeah, as always guys, see you guys in the next video. See ya.